it's a bit like most arts, even in martial arts or in many other crafts, the value of a guide is huge.
Welcome, Giuseppe, to this PDM interview. Thanks for joining. How are you doing today?
Hey, Bob. Thanks for having me. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Pleasure to have you here. So today I asked you to share a bit about your experience in PDM, Pybites Developer Mindset, what it has given you. But to start it off, maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself and what you do for a living.
Yeah, I'm a consulting engineer. I look after voice over IP platforms for service providers, and I work for a large multinational.
Nice. So where were you in your career when you started PDM, and why did you join?
Yeah, well, I'm at kind of where I want to be, in the sense that I do things that I like. But I'd like to expand on what I do, and I'd like to introduce automation. I'd like to be able to build mock-ups of ideas that I have, build prototypes of some software solutions or tools that would be cool to implement in the work that I do. And so I'd gotten to the stage where I could kind of put scripts together, but I wanted to take the next step, and build up to a kind of professional level. And also I wanted to figure out what to do to get there. And that's what really prompted me to get onto the PDM.
Nice. Okay. So tell us a bit about the results you got from the program then.
Well, I was quite impressed with myself, to be honest, because it was quite a large endeavor. A bit frustrated that I didn't manage to do everything that I wanted to do, but I realized as I was going along that it was quite a big project. But I'm glad that I tackled,
for sure. Yeah.
I'm glad I tackled a big one, because I knew I could do the small programs, but I wanted to get into the mindset of how to structure a larger project and how to tackle it, where to start from, how not to get stuck in the in rabbit holes, and just how to get to the end despite difficulties. So I was pleased I managed to do that, get a working system up and running. So yeah, it was great. Both on the programming side, I noticed obviously improvements thanks to all the hard work that I put into it. But I guess one of the major benefits was understanding what my next steps could be. I was very pleased with the end result, both from a programming perspective, because I could see the improvements, but also from what comes after PDM, in the sense that I had a clear vision of where I needed to go to improve my skills. Obviously, PDM is a short time frame, and even you put a lot of effort into it, but there's only so far you can actually go in practice. But probably one of the best and greatest benefits was understanding where I was on the map and where I wanted to go, and I have a clear vision of how to get there. So that was definitely a very good result. And also the mindset, all the mindset work, and the calls on the team with the mindsets and book suggestions, reading suggestions. That's helped a lot, because it puts you in the frame of mind of how to tackle issues, how to tackle the bad periods that come up when you're failing in the work and it's not quite going as quickly as you wanted it to, and it's not getting there, and that can quickly drag you to an end or sidetrack you onto other stuff, and then you never get to finish what you actually started. But with the help of the tools that you build with the mindset work, you definitely go a long way, and you can get to the results that you're aiming for despite the difficulties. So yeah, very grateful for those two.
Cool. Yeah, I
And
think the mindset is
the reading continues after PDM. You just get into this um, uh, well, really positive attitude of learning and continuous improvement.
always growing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very good. So the mindset in PDM, the last M is
Pretty important.
is pretty important. Yeah, just as important as the programming that you do.
Cool. Nice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. What did you feel? What were your emotions when you started working with us? Were you excited, nervous? What went through your head?
Yeah, I was excited because it was something new for me. So I'd never done a coaching program. I didn't really appreciate what to expect and you know how good it could be. Even you know even from the one introductory session that you do, it's you get a feeling, and that helps a lot in judging whether you know you think it's going to be a positive relationship, but you're not quite sure how it's going to work out. And yeah, it definitely worked out very well.
Good. And how did your life career change through PDM?
Yeah, I think I've probably touched upon it. It's the attitude is probably the main change. So the attitude and the clarity. The when you're self-taught, as I was, um, you're never 100% sure of where you are on the map. You kind of go in one direction, then you go in another direction. It's difficult to compare yourself to others, and so probably this is one of the greatest benefits is actually figuring out what I'm at basically, and what I need to do next, and how to get there.
So do you feel like we didn't give you the fish, but we taught you a bit how to fish in the developer
Exactly,
pool?
exactly. Yeah,
Nice.
the attitude also, and the you know being able to handle the difficulties and keeping headstrong in the direction that you want to go. So yeah, definitely an improvement in programming, improvement in mindset, and for me a very positive experience.
Yeah, and just a bit of context, right? I think your app was pretty big and ambitious. So I think you hit inevitably, a lot of issues and also thinking about design and how to, lay out the structure and best practices. So I think, yeah, also kudos to you to come into program with a really ambitious goal and project and something real world as well. So I think that, yeah, you got a good experience thanks to that ambition. Yeah.
Thanks. Yep.
So if you could tell someone that's on the fence about PDM or is even in PDM right now, not getting the momentum, what is one piece of advice that you would give them?
Yeah, I think if you're sitting on the fence, one thing that I didn't really appreciate at the beginning, and that I did as I went through it, is the actual the coaching. Especially if you're self-taught, you really don't appreciate how important and how valuable the coaching is. It's not, you know, huge amounts of time, but it's just that suggestion, recommendation, encouragement, going in the right direction. It's a bit like most arts, you know, even in martial arts or in many other crafts, the value of a guide is huge. So if you're on the fence, I would definitely think that you're going to get a lot of benefit from that. And if you're in the midst of it, just take a step, and you're not quite sure of how you're doing. Just take a step back, have a think about where where you're wanting to go. Reset expectations if you realize that they were too high, and just keep working at it. Keep working at it. It's like working out every day at the gym. You know, you just get better that way. There's no other way. So just keep going.
Valuable advice. Cool. Any final words before I let you go?
Um, just many thanks for all your support. I think you have a great project in PDM. I think you're doing a great job helping a lot of people. And I had fun along the way. There's a lot of fun people that I interacted with during the project that are part of the PDM community, and that's also a very important element of the project: the support from the others and suggestions, recommendations, and ideas that come from bouncing things off of others, and that you don't get if you're working at it by yourself day in, day out.
Our pleasure. Yeah, good old mindset hacking calls. We miss you on those. Cool. Well, thanks, Giuseppe.
You're welcome.
It's been an amazing ride together, and yeah, really happy that you joined and what we did together. And thanks for sharing your experience today with us.
Cool. You're welcome, and thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.